All right.
Yeah.
This is just a camp info. So you're here for week 1, session 2. So 12:30 to 3:30. And then this is just our nice flyers, a Zoom Pro, all of that. See this next slide. So here, basically, these times are just going to be slightly modified for our class. So first, I'd say about half of the session we'll just do concepts, where we'll learn about a specific topic, if it's HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, or some special CSS libraries, anything, or jQuery. So we'll just be learning about those, and then for the next hour after that we'd be doing would be applying that to like let's say, so you're going to be building a really good website over the course of this 1 week with a bunch of different cool like pages on your website for different things. Like we'll be like a coronavirus tracker web page all about you, all of that. So you'll just be working on that using the concepts that we've learned in the past, that we learned before. So that's that. And then after that, then for the next last 15-20 minutes of the class, we would be doing a Gimk, which is basically a fun review game. So it's all good? You all fine with this? Okay, let's see. Let's see here next. So before the camp, so I assume you've already done this. You all have, well, you only need like a Chromebook. Any computer would work for web development. And then here, your workspace. I assume you all have that. You're all sitting there. Wonderful. And then the pre-work. So the pre-work for this was just, if you could create an account on Replit. So did all of you create an account, or so you all create an account? Anybody not create an account? All right, so that's great. Everybody created an account. And then let's see here. During the camp. So basically, it'll be preferable if you could keep your camera on, because we're all going to be talking to each other, getting to know each other more. And so if you would like that, if you can have your camera on, that would be great. But it's not mandatory. But if you need help with anything, you can always just unmute yourself, ask the question, and then raise your hand via the Zoom feature. You can put a message in the chat privately to me or to everybody. And then let's say we all need to take a bathroom break or something. So halfway into the class, there's a 5-minute break scheduled. But if you need to go any other time, you could just send a message on the Zoom chat to me when you leave, and then when you come back, so I just know accounting for where everybody is. Okay, and then this is just this. So here, this is our web development. So okay, so essentially, for first day, we're just going to review we're going to basically learn about HTML, CSS, HTML and CSS mostly, which are the basic web development languages. So, and then after that, you'll build like the basic part of your first website with some colors and stuff like that. The second day, we'll focus more on advanced CSS concepts, like where you can do nice grids, we'll make it really organized, and that's that kind of art styling stuff. The third day we'll go into jQuery, which is basically a pretty intro to JavaScript, where you can do a bunch of cool different animations using jQuery. And then the fourth and fifth day is going to be JavaScript, where so we'll first start by doing JavaScript API calls, which are basically where we can make we make a request to a certain web page, and we can take data from that web page and display it in real time on our web page. So we can take data from like a coronavirus website and display it there with the specific statistics. We can have people search up for each country, and it'll bring up all the statistics. And then we might even build some JavaScript games and basically stuff like interactive stuff to make our website more interactive. We'll have a function. The main projects would pretty much be, we'll have a nice functional calculator that looks like this and can do the basic operations plus a little bit more. A COVID statistics page. We'll have a page about retracking the International Space Station in real time with the latitude, longitude, all of that. We'll have like the responsive image grids, which are basically, when you search up a Google image, it brings up this huge box of images with them all lined up. You know that, right? And then when you close it, when you shrink down the window size, it makes them all smaller. That's basically what an image grid is, and you'll have your fully customized, personalized websites. So, okay, so everybody cool with this? All good with this? Okay, and if you can.
What happens if you learn coding and then like you forgot everything?
Well, that's if you knew previous web development, which I'm pretty sure you do, then we're all gonna learn it right now. So don't worry.
Oh, good.
So what the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Replit. So REPL.IT. So everybody go there. So everybody there? Everybody on Replit? And just nod your head, give a thumbs up or something like that. Okay, so now here what we can do plus new REPL in the top right. And let's see here, in all languages, let's just choose HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And you can give it, let's say, Web Dev Day 1. And then just click Create REPL. Okay, everybody here.
No. What language are we doing?
So let's go back. If you go back, do plus new REPL.
Mm-hmm.
At the top, click HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and call it Web Dev Day 1. And then you can call it whatever you want, but that's just the name I chose. Create, all right, whatever, Day 1. I'll just use the previous REPL that I created. Right here, Web Dev Day 1. Okay. And now you'll all appear at this screen with some code, different files for different languages, and just all like this. Okay? This all makes sense? All right. So here, so this everybody at this page, right? All right. So this is basically just a basic HTML boilerplate, which is like the basic standard template that you're going to use when you're making HTML. So these two lines are just pretty much setting the language to English and a certain styling property. You don't have to worry about them that much. But this title here, if I were to open it in a new tab, the title basically just sets whatever it's going to say here. So right now it says Replit, but if I change it to Day 1 Web Dev, and I refresh the page, it'll change it to Day 1. And Web Dev, it didn't have the V because it's too many characters. But that's basically it. And this link href to our style.css. What this basically is doing is linking our HTML page to our CSS page. So the CSS page is a completely different language, a new file, where we can write code to style our website, to give it colors, maybe add some nice grids, put any like aesthetically pleasing stuff, like any colors would all go in their CSS file. So in order to make sure that CSS applies to our HTML elements, we have to link it. We have to link our style sheet, which is basically just style.css, the name of the file. So you can just do it like that. And the script src is just to link our JavaScript. So if we have a JavaScript that's executing on a certain element of our HTML, like when we click some button, we need some JavaScript to execute, we have to, it won't work unless we link our pages together. So now our HTML page is communicating with our JavaScript page and our CSS page. So all this all makes sense? Nod your head, shake your head. All makes sense? Okay. So let's say here, so we'll start with a really basic one. Let me just, so this, and then we just /h1. So let's say just put hello world. So what this is basically going to do when I run it, it creates this big text. So H1 basically just stands for header 1. And it's the biggest kind of text you can do for web development, for any web page. So H1 is just the biggest one. It's bolded as well. If I change it to H2 right here, it'll shrink down a little bit, so on and so forth. The smallest one is H6. So header 6, which is like that. So let me just explain to you this HTML syntax right over here. So what this these are basically, this is the HTML opening tag. So so every element in our HTML has to have one of these tags, and based off these tags, there's certain CSS attributes already built into the HTML that'll get activated. So here we're calling this header 6. So the header 6 is CSS is probably saying, do the font size of 10 and have your text bolded. So that's probably what the header 6 is doing. And then here, so we open by doing like this sign and these signs. So this is it. And then we close it by just doing the exact same syntax, but just adding a slash. Does that make sense? nod your head, shake your head. You can have your mics on because if you have to talk, you'd have to mute your mic on and off every time. So if you want, you can just keep your mic on. Okay.
So we're starting with like the H1s.
So basically this header 6 is just so H1 is just a certain type of header. So H1 is the
And,
header 1. And then what exactly was your question?
no, I'm just. Wait, do we do a semicolon at the end?
No semicolons.
Okay.
So Garrick, so you just joined. So what we're basically doing is just go to this site called Repl.it. So repl.it, and then create an account. And then after that, so after you've created the account, you're just gonna want to I'll just do it really quick just to get you caught up a little bit. So after you create the account, just go plus new REPL and then do the language. So the language would be HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Yeah, but the problem is it shows this. It's asking me what's your skill level. What should I click?
Anything, you can fill it out randomly. It doesn't really matter what you put. Okay, so
Wait, so should I just click create new repel?
yeah,
Wait, where's create new repel?
so
click
the plus
mouse.
sign, right here.
I'm on my phone.
It's me a little harder, but there's a blue plus new REPL
I
sign in the
can-
top right.
I got it.
So you click it,
Language.
HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
HTML, CSS, JS.
And then just name it like Web Dev Day 1.
What? So I should name it. Wait, what?
You can name it anything you want.
Up class day 1. Done. Should I click create repel?
Yeah, click create REPL.
Okay.
And now let's go here and we just got started with the basics of HTML.
Okay.
All right, so you didn't miss too much, which is good. All right, so just follow along. If you have any questions, unmute yourself, ask, all that. Got it?
Okay.
All right, so this basically, if you run it, it's going to give us this really big text. It didn't give us anything. All right, so it's right here. Because its header 1 is the biggest type of text we can do in HTML. So let's see here. What do we do next? So let's just do a paragraph. So this is basically so paragraph, you can just type whatever text you would like. Just close the paragraph.
Wait, can I see it?
So right here, you see paragraph.
Wait, where?
How come "zeh" is your favorite word?
How did it say that's my favorite word? Where did it say that?
Because you use it all the time in the power coding camp.
I did? That's
Yep.
cool. I didn't know that. Thank you for keeping track.
Wait.
That triggered my memory.
All right.
Wait, but I can't see it. See?
Can you see my screen share?
Yeah,
Oh.
I can. But like just like on the right side, my thing doesn't show like whatever you're saying. It doesn't show whatever I'm saying.
You
Basically,
have to run it. You have to run it.
Where's run? Oh, there's run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
All right. So does everybody get this paragraph? So you see how the paragraph puts the text in a different font, right? You see that? All good so far?
Yep.
Okay. So now here, let's get to another tag. Let's say we want to, if you notice, let me just do another paragraph tag and just put some more. this, and then let's see if I run it. So it appears on this new line right there, okay? But let's say you want to do another enter. You want to enter it down one. So what you can do is you can just do this BR. So BR basically is it's basically the equivalent of enter. It'll basically just give another line of spacing between your this first paragraph and this second paragraph. So if I run it, let's see here, we get even more spacing. And
oh, okay.
so if you see here, BR is a special kind of tag because it doesn't have an opening. It has an opening tag, but it doesn't have a closing tag. And these kinds of tags that only have an opening tag, they're called void tags.
Okay.
So void tags are basically, they're just tags that just don't have a closing. And that's basically all that really is to it. When we do images, images are another kind of void tag. All right, so there's all this stuff makes sense up to this point.
Uh-huh.
All right, so now let's say here we want to style our font a little bit more. We can do a INS, which when we just run it, and then what INS does is it basically it'll underline whatever text you put the INS tags around. So we have so inside this paragraph we put an INS, which is basically to underline, and then inside that we put all the text that we want to be in a paragraph format and an underline, and we just close our underline and we close the paragraph. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's say we just put these B tags right here. Right? So B is basically just for bolding. It'll just bold out whatever text you like. This all makes sense? Mm-hmm. All right. Let's say we want to do italicize. We can just do EM/EM. It makes our text italicized like that. So everybody all understand all this point up to this point? Understand everything up to this point?
Yep.
All right. And let's say we won't use it that much, but let's say if our text, so we want to put a line through it. Where's the line through it? And he's gonna line through it like that, using the opening with the del tag and opening with this del tag and closing with this del tag. And now, let's say, so this is a little obscure one as well. So basically what it'll do is it'll format the code just like how it would be in a code editor. So if you see here, the font in this code editor right here, which is pretty much an editor. So in this editor, it's like this kind of font. So what the HTML does is just format it just like this. It just gives like an odd, it's just like a special font. And if you see here, there's a space, there's no enter, no line between the line through it text and the code editor. So what command could we use here to give some spacing between both of these lines of text? Anybody got an idea? Nothing? So let's say I wanted to, yeah, what's your problem?
The code editor and the paragraph and stuff isn't showing up.
What do you mean?
Like the screen is blank.
Are you hitting the run?
Yeah.
You want to, should I stop sharing and then you want to share?
Sure. Like none of it's showing up.
Hey, you can share your screen now.
Oh, okay, sure.
Basically, we used
That's
to invest in India, and just by
Okay.
using Shell company, you basically get all
everything.
You zoomed in way a little bit too much.
now
Now, click run.
something that
It shows up right.
Now, how does that?
You just
wasn't
click
working
run.
for some reason.
No, that's fine. Now it all works. We're all good.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
because
So let me share screen again. Right here's the screen.
So,
All right, so everybody can see this one now.
now we are
Mhm,
using
yep.
that
All right.
PHR.
So now let's see here. So, does anybody have an idea what command could we use to give a space between this line and this line?
So, we can
BR.
BR, yes, that is correct. To do BR, that's basically the equivalent of enter. So it just glitches a little bit. And then here, we can just do another BR if we want even more spacing. And
get
that's
one
basically it. That's one instance where the BR command is pretty useful. And now let's just go through a little bit some more of them. So the progress, what this tag will do is it'll generate a progress bar. So on different operating systems, the progress bar looks a little bit different. So if you put progress, if you're on a Mac, it's gonna look a little different. If you're on a Chromebook, it'll look kind of different. It'll look a little different, but this is how it looks on a Windows. So the progress bar just generates the progress tag just generates a progress bar with like a little guy moving back and forth. But what's interesting about the progress bar is if you put a bunch of text in it, the progress bar doesn't take any text. There's no text input for the progress bar. It will just, even if we can put a whole essay in here, it'll be the exact same. It'll be the exact same. So progress bars don't have text.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's see here. So let's say now we want to get an image. We want to put an image onto a website. So what I can do, let me just search for a quick image of a basketball. And let's say I want to take, I'll just take this one. So here what we can do, we can right click. You can click on copy image address. So search up an image. Click copy image address. And then after that, we can come back and we can just do here. So the tag for an image is img src equals double, and then inside these quotes, we put, oh, never mind. Sometimes the URLs are really long, and which is why I prefer to just download the image and put it in, but which I'll show later. But they'll say this is a URL. I know it's really long. That sucks, but and right after the URL ends, we can just close it and now run. And now you get an image of a basketball. And then, so is everybody able to get an image into their REPL? Isha, you raised your hand. Is something wrong?
Actually, can you just show me that again, because I didn't quite get it. Sorry, like I'm not understand, but like I just didn't see the top of that.
All right, so I'll just do a new image. So let's say here, I'll select this image. So you can just do a right click, copy image address. And then the HTML tag for it is img src. What this basically is saying is, so this is an image, and we want the source of the image so the computer can go get it. Thankfully it's a shorter one. This is also a void tag if you've noticed, because there's no closing. And you run it, and you get a little basketball. So now do you get it, Isha?
Yes.
All right. So is everybody else able to successfully get an image into their REPL?
No, I couldn't, because the problem was that I'm on a phone, so I don't even think I can copy an image up just on a phone.
How many minutes do you get home?
8.
8. So in 8 minutes, you just join the class, and then this code will still be up. So you can try it then.
Okay.
Listening.
I am.
All right. So everybody else except for Garrick able to get an image in? Do you need another minute or so? Like a thumbs up or anything? Any expression to know, need another minute, or We ready to move on? Ready to move on? Or no? Yeah, Isha? Are you having a problem?
I wasn't able to get an image up because like for some reason I don't know what it's doing. Like the first time I tried it, like an image didn't show, like just like a little symbol showed up, and
Okay.
so
What you want to do is you found your image and want to right click. So use your mouse, right click, and just do here, copy image address.
Oh, okay, thank you. That's what I made the mistake.
And then now you have the URL. Or what you can do is you can open the image in a new tab. You can get the URL from here and then just paste that right into these quotation marks. So Isha, you're able to get your image now?
You just call it Sam.
All right.
No,
So-
I tried. Same thing. It didn't work.
Did it just give that a small little symbol again?
It just gave nothing.
Gave nothing. So you sure you got the image address, not the link address? Or
Yes, the image address.
all right. So you want to try a different image, or you want to screen share and show me how you're doing it? Do you want to try a different image, or you want to screen share your screen?
I'll try a different image.
All right. But everybody else,
Underlining?
what happened? How do you do underlining? Using INS. So you just do an INS around the text that you want to underline.
INS? Okay.
So Arjun, were you able to get an image?
Yeah.
All right, nice. Amog, you got an image?
Yes.
All right, Krisha, you were able to get an image?
Yep.
All right, Isha, were you able to get an image?
Did we learn how to do italic yet?
Italics, yeah. Italics is EM.
Okay. Right, I got that. I'm just labeling each one so I remember.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. We should probably cover comments in HTML. So in any programming language, there are these things called comments. So comments are basically just notes you can leave to yourself. Basically you can leave a comment. It won't get executed, but you can leave a note to yourself to show exactly like what this code does. So the way you make a comment in HTML is you do this, exclamation mark, and 2 dashes. And then in order to close your comment, you can just end it like that. And you can just say, print hello world. Garrett, could you mute your mic until you get home? All right, thanks. All right. So this is just how you do a comment. So it'll print hello world. So that's where the comment. I can just put it here as a comment, copy paste, comment, different font types. Comment are basically just notes to yourself just to make sure you understand what your code does if you have to come back to it for any reason. So Isha, were you able to get an image now? Isha, were you able to get an image?
I'm trying right now.
You want another minute or so, or you think you want to move on, or can we move on?
Move on.
All right. Yeah, Krisha.
I think this whatchamacallit? The paragraph isn't working.
Did you just do opening with the p tags and closing with the p tags?
Yeah.
Do you have the slash? Do you remember the slash?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it not bring up any
Now
text?
it's working.
Oh, wait, now it's working. All right. That's good. So,
My run buttons are laggy.
Your computer's laggy?
No, just the run button. When I click it, it takes
Oh,
like
the run button?
seconds.
That's fine. All right, so now let's see. So now after an image, let's get into, let's say we want to link something. So let me just go, I can link it to Replit. So the way, let's say you want to have a link in your website that when you click on, somebody clicks on the link, it'll go somewhere. You can just do yeah?
What does that BR do?
The BR, remember, it just says an enter. So
Oh, okay.
it's just 2 spaces. You just enter it. So you can do ahref equals, and then in quotation marks, you paste your the link you want to link it to. So here I'm just linking it to Replit, and then I can write, let's say, repl.it as the link as the thing that'll actually get displayed, and then I can close it by doing /a. And now if I run it, there's a link to Replit. I'll open it in a new tab, and it brings us to Replit. Let me just do a quick BR, and I just do a little BR. Like this. So everybody just choose a website and just try to link it.
Ahref.
So it's just saying href is just the link. And in quotation marks, you put the URL, then you close the tag, and you just do whatever you want. Like here, Replit would show up. If I just type test would show up. So just whatever's going to show up on the web page, and then you close the tag. So is everybody except Garrick able to link something?
Nope.
So everybody able to link something?
Almost.
All right.
You're copying like the exact link, right? With like all the slashes and CPSs.
What happened, Krisha?
You need to like copying the exact link, like the HTTPS
Yeah,
at the beginning.
the HTTPS or HTTP, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So Amog, let's see here, Arju and Isha, you able to link something? Nice. All right. Let's see. So Krisha, you need another minute or so.
Yeah.
Isha, need another
It's
minute.
not LinkedIn.
So
Not
what?
giving me a link.
Yeah, I
Did-
need another minute.
So Krisha, did you HTTP://
Yeah.
And what are you what site are you linking it to?
Coolmathgames.com.
All right, let me try. Coolmathgames.com. All right. It works for me.
It's not working for me.
So so you have href, so you open with like this little caret symbol, href equals, and then you put quotes. Inside the
Yeah.
quotes, you have https:// www.coolmathgames.com/.
I am putting the www. But I still can't find it.
It's probably at the bottom.
It's not there.
It's not there. You want to share your screen?
Okay.
Your turn to share. All right.
Is it behind the image or something?
When we see your code, so you have ahref. Oh, I'll tell you, Krisha.
Hmm?
You see here after you ended. So I see the issue. So you here after you paste the link, you have to put some text for what should actually show up on the web page,
Oh.
like cool math games. So now if you put cool math games in there, cool math games will show up when it's linked. You can just put link,
Okay, there we go.
and now click on it, and it should take you to cool math games.
No. It says cool math games refuse to connect.
Try opening it in a new tab. Try opening it from Replit in a new tab.
Wait, what?
So if run your program again, and now try opening where it says link. Try opening that in a new tab.
Yeah.
All right. So it's good. Replit probably doesn't have support for the linking stuff like that. All right. So everybody, Isha, you got the link now?
No.
Or you have it? What? Do you have any issue with it, or?
Well, yeah, it's the same thing as the picture, same problem.
All right. So you share your screen this time. I just want to see exactly what code you're writing.
I'm definitely changing this image.
Isha, you want to share your screen? Isha. Isha, you there?
Yeah, I'll do that now.
And Sanjana, did you get a link to go? You got it to work?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right.
Wait, what grade is this class for?
The grade doesn't really matter when you're doing programming, but it has pretty much 5th graders through 7th grade. Okay, let's see here. So scroll down, and let's see here. So you're saying the link isn't showing.
Okay, good. I'm here. I'm on my
Oh
laptop.
wow, I just found the shortest link ever, I think.
Now it won't show up for sure. Okay, so Garrick, you can try doing a link.
Okay.
Like you see here, ahref equals, and then the quotation mark.
राघव की मॉम पूछ के क्योंकि 12:30 से यही होगा तो 10 बजे उसके घर छोड़ के उठेगा जल्दी या नहीं 9 बजे उठेगा
Okay, so
Wait, so what do I have to do?
so you see here how Isha typed ahref, and then inside the quotation marks there's a link. So try doing that where you can basically link it to any other image or any other URL. So like a website, like Cool Math Games or Replit, anything like that.
URL?
Yeah.
I'm just
So
putting
Isha.
Google. I'm just putting google.com.
Yeah. So Isha, if you try, you have to put something inside the tags, like you had a link earlier.
Yeah, I know, but like, what should I put inside it?
You can put Google Maps, anything. It's your choice. That's just going to be what's displayed on the website, and those words right there will be linked. All right. Run it and scroll down. There's no link. Okay. So go up in your code. As a pro. All right, I got the issue. So you see here, you see on line 17, you have progress. So you opened the progress tag, but you forgot to close the progress tag. So here you forgot the slash. You see a slash progress. So let's say, so if you don't do the slash, then it basically thinks all text, all code written after that certain part is a part of the progress bar. So that's why your image wasn't showing up either. Because now try running your code. No, Isha, put the URL back. Put the URL back. Or try getting a different URL. but it thought since you forgot to close your progress tag, it thought all code written after that certain progress bar, that was all part of the progress bar. And since progress bars don't accept any words or images, nothing was showing up.
Tanisha, I will use the bathroom.
Okay.
I have a question. Do you have to save your work on Repl.it?
No.
Oh, good.
Replit automatically saves, which is another good feature. And now your image probably showed up. There's your image and maps. Just remember always to close your tags. Okay. So everybody all good now?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you stop sharing, I can share. Right here. So after now, let's say, you know in Google Docs how there's bullet lists and numbered lists? So let's learn about some lists. So
What does
we'll
the
start.
area thing do? Let's see. Area at the beginning.
Area, where's area? You mean A?
No. Like if you click inside one of those two like carrot like thingies on either side, it'll give you a bunch of lists of every single thing you can put in. And I'm just trying out some of them.
Where?
Like those carrot thingies.
The carrot? Oh,
If you
so what
make
this
one-
so what this basically is, this is just Replit's autocomplete. So it gives you like particular suggestions. So maybe I've never used an area tag in HTML, but there could be one. There probably is one. But if you just type the carrot, it just gives you a bunch of potential options with all sorts of HTML options pretty much. That's it. It's just another nice feature that comes with Replit. All right, so now let's say here we want to do some lists. So if we want to make a numbered list, so we can do UL. UL stands for ordered lists or unordered lists. So unordered lists will basically do bullets. So if you let me just type it out real quick, and then I'll explain exactly what it is doing. I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4. And now here you can see, oh, maybe that all is ones.
Okay, we're doing live and live.
So it's 1, 2, 3. Let me just run it and rerun. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So what this basically means is that we first have an unordered list. And so the unordered list basically says, okay, we're going to want a list. And this list, instead of having numbers before the actual text of the list, we'll have bullets. So we have UL, opening and closing. And inside the UL, we have these LI elements. So these LI elements basically just make up a part of our list. So each LI element defines a bullet. So it's just basically, so we have LI. So it just shows, okay, this is one element of our list. And then we have text inside of it. And then this is closing. This is it. And this second line here, this is another element of our list. And it closes. That's basically all the LI does. So does this ordered list make sense? Nod your head, thumbs up, anything like that.
Wait, so UL is ordered list or?
UL is unordered list, which basically means it's going to be bullets.
Yeah, okay.
And now let's do OL. So can somebody guess what OL stands for?
Ordered list.
Ordered list.
Thank you. Okay. Now let's just do this. Copy, paste it. And we're going to get 1 instead here. So now notice how we have the exact same syntax for ordered list, except the tag is just different. And now here, these LI elements know that they're one element of an ordered list. So instead of having bullets, like they were having in this unordered list, they're going to have numbers. So try creating an ordered list and an unordered list. Just take 1 minute and do that. All right, Gareth, you back from the bathroom? All right, so we'll see when Garrett comes back. That's fine. All right. So everybody able to successfully create an ordered list and an unordered list?
Almost.
All right.
I'm just copying and pasting this.
Okay, so let me know if you are good. You're able to do it or create the order list. Mm-hmm.
Almost done. Oh yeah, I got it.
All right, so all of you got the order list and the unordered list? Everybody all good with the order list, unordered list? Sanjana, you got one. Isha, Arjun. Isha, Amog, Krisha, you all got order list and unordered list? Nod your heads.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
all good.
Quick question: when is this classroom?
So 3:30.
Okay.
So you still got about 2 hours. Is it boring so far, or
No,
is it all good? All
I
right.
was hoping that it wouldn't end soon.
All right. So after this is a little bit boring part because it's all the HTML. We're just learning it. But when you start creating your own websites and all that stuff, it's gonna really get spiced up.
I like this.
So now I forgot about a fun tag that I should probably done earlier, but it's a little odd. It's called a marquee.
Oh
and
right, I love those.
And then Christian knows what it does, but I'll reveal this to your press when I run it. So what marquee is, it creates a moving text. So
Yeah.
basically it just move all around the screen, and we can just set here, let's say we want a marquee to go faster. We can just do scroll amount equals 5,000. Let's see what happens. You know it? And our scroll amount was so fast that the marquee's moving so fast that none of us can see it.
I can.
Krisha, you can't see it. There's no way. Let me just make it 500. And now you can see it's zooming all around.
What about like the direction? Scroll direction?
I guess it might be, it probably is direction equals obviously from the left. Now I don't know if it's coming from the same, I have to delete the scroll amount because I want to see if it's coming, which side it's coming from. Oh, so it's probably scroll direction.
No, it.
You're wrong too.
I said scroll direction.
It didn't work.
Exactly.
All right, let me just, give me 1 minute.
How are you a coding teacher? You don't know.
It was direction. I was right the first time. I just Googled it. It's a direction equals, let me just do right. All right, now it changes. I was right the first time. So scroll up 500. And then we have a direction. We can do this. We can do up.
We do diagonal up.
Up doesn't exist either. So left, right. Just left or I'll just do left or right. That's fine. So that's how you can basically customize your moving text. So no questions. All good. Yep. All right. I'm assuming that's a yes. So now let's see here. Let's get into doing a form. So let's say we want to do an HTML form. Like let's say we're creating an application and we want the user to sign in to our website before they actually get to see what content we have. So to do that, we can create a sign up form. Just do a quick form. So you basically open with a form tag and you close it. And then inside each part of the form is called an input. So it's input. So it's here. Let's say we need the user to first enter their username. You can do text. Oh, Isha, you raised your hand? Did you have something? Is it all good now, or you still have a question?
For the moving letter, mine, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Did you put text inside after you specified your scroll direction and your scroll amount and your scroll direction? Did you put some text?
Yep.
All right. Does it try? Let me put this link in this code in the chat, and if you copy and if it doesn't work, I'll let you share your screen. All right. Let me just go.
Why do you have such weird words?
What do you mean my words are weird?
They are. Go up. Scroll up on your phone.
Where are the weird words?
Scroll up on your phone.
I did. There's no weird words.
Okay.
Where do you want to scroll up?
No,
Right here? Those are just.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh
What
my
happened, Isha? What happened? Isha, you got jump scared or something? What happened?
Did you faint?
I had no clue. Isha!
And I'm back.
Hi, Garrick.
Someone just fainted.
I think her marquee got to work and she was scared at how fast it went. I think that's what the issue was.
Yeah.
It's going so fast it would be impossible to see.
It's 500. It's going pretty fast. But Isha, what happened? Oh, yeah,
Wait,
fine.
hey, Ishan. Sorry.
What happened, Garrick?
Tanish, my thing is a notification saying that you made breakout rooms or whatever.
Don't worry about the breakout rooms because the breakout room was for the other class.
Wait a minute, you guys have only one Zoom link?
One what?
Zoom link.
Yeah, one Zoom link with a breakout room, so it's simpler.
Oh.
You want to spam people with links, so everybody joins one link. I break them out, and
That
the
makes
people
sense.
for one class go into the breakout room. People from my class just stay in the main room.
Wait, quick question.
Yes.
Wait, why didn't we? Wait, so how did you do the breakout thing? Is that another class? Just the breakout thing?
It's basically the breakout room is like if you're doing a work thing and you're trying to split up into groups to work on a project, the host can just create a breakout room, and then people can split into groups there. That's basically how it works. So basically, I'm the host for the meeting, and Ria's class. We don't want them to meet in the exact same room. That's chaotic. So we didn't do that. So we just split it to a breakout room. All the kids in Ria's class just go to the breakout room. All the kids from my class just stay.
I mean, my thing was just saying a notification saying that the hosts open up breakout rooms. Please wait to be assigned.
Don't worry about the
Same.
breakout room. You can ignore it.
Yeah.
It just sends the link out to everybody by default. So Garrett, just look at this code right here. So this is the code to generate a link if you want to link something.
Yeah, I link.
Right, so
link-
this is this.
Yeah, I did the same exact thing, but with
Alright.
Google.com.
That's fine. Okay, nice. So these are just ordered lists and unordered lists. So what they do here, unordered lists just do it as a bullet.
But my Google thing doesn't work.
All right. Did you put some text after you linked your HT? So you have ahref equals this. So after this caret, did you put something in here like some text? You need to put like Google Maps. You got to put something, otherwise your web page doesn't know.
Stepping in.
All right. So I'm gonna continue. So
Yeah, now it works.
all right, nice. And now let's do now we're doing forms. So we have this opening form, closing form. So inside here, let's say we want one field to be they need to put their username. What we can do is we can set the input type to text, and we can just do let's just do a placeholder. So placeholder says enter username. And now here we can just close it. So if I run this right now, let's see what we get. So we got a little box that says enter username. So the placeholder is just there. It will just be in the box until the user types something. So let's say type 6, now the placeholder is gone. I backspace, the placeholder appears again. So it's just, you can use it as a cue to tell the user exactly what to enter.
Wait a minute. Can I just copy this down real quick?
Who's talking? Trisha, yeah?
Okay, wait, I'm just copying this down. So we have a form.
Mm-hmm.
And we have another form.
There's only one form,
I know, but there's like 2 caret tags from these.
All right.
So we have an input type equal tag. Is it equal sign? Yeah, it's an equal sign.
So let me zoom in. All right. Can you see it better now?
Yeah.
All right. So now here, let's move on to let's move on to a password. We can do input type equals password, placeholder is, let's say, enter your password. Now if I close it, let's see what we get. We get a nice little here, enter username, enter your password. Now the password comes in these little dots, so you actually can't see the password. So that's just a nice thing HTML did. And now let's see here, we need to have a checkbox. First, say somebody needs to sign up, but we need to tell them to click all of the above. So we can just do check box. And for the checkbox, what we can do is just do, let's see here, placeholder. The checkbox really won't take a placeholder actually, so we won't do that. Let's see here. Let's say we do here test. Let's say this is as our checkbox. And now, input type equals checkbox. Let me just see here. If I run this, what do we get? So just it gets an empty box. That's interesting. So here we just so input type is text. Alright, so now I got that was a little weird issue, but now we have input type equals text. The placeholder is test. So you don't really need a. What happened, Krisha?
My my writing thing box isn't showing up.
Your input boxes. So
Yeah.
did you do input? So did you do input type equals text?
Yeah.
Placeholder equals enter username. And what happened?
Nothing. It's like not showing up.
Okay. So do you want to share your screen, I guess?
Sure.
Okay.
Share.
Okay, so here. Okay, Kirsha. So here's the thing. You see here, go up. You see here your form. You never end your opening tag for the form. So after your form, you have to.
Over here.
No, the input comes inside of the form tags, not like that. If you see here, I close the form and then inside the form I type the input type is text and the input placeholder is enter username, for example. So here, put like a caret symbol, yeah. And now here, enter. The input type is a host. All right. So if you stop screen sharing, I'll screen share the format of it right here. So if you notice, I have these form, and then the input type is a whole separate tag.
Oh.
Like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense? All good with this? All right.
Wait, let me just test it out.
All right.
Yeah,
See,
sure.
Isha, Arjun, Sanjana, Amol, this stuff all makes sense? All right. You all good with it?
Yeah.
It's all appearing?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's it, though.
All right. Let's see. I put some more inputs. Placeholder, checkbox, which is some more checkboxes. Now you have 3 checkboxes. We can check them all. All right. So now, let's say we want to do some multiple choice. Let's say we're trying to make a test because we're a mean teacher. Let's see here. So we do input.
You're a mean teacher.
Sounds good. Do radio. So radio is just saying multiple choice. And then here, I just do a radio. And then here, we just get this nice little box. All right? So does everybody understand this all about forms?
Okay, wait, I just need to make, so there's like a bunch of different types of boxes you can do to answer questions.
Yes.
Makes sense. Wait, I'm just making some checkboxes.
Now my checkbox is not working.
All right. So after you put in the radio, your checkbox did not work. Is that what happened?
No, before I did it. So it worked one time, then it stopped working for some
Alright.
reason.
So do you want to share your screen?
Okay.
All right. Let me stop sharing. Okay, your turn. All right. Here. So input. Okay. So I see. If you see here, you see your first input type. On line 41, you got it. It was the color blue, but now it's light blue. So that means you forgot you deleted. Yeah. Now you fit it right. You put it right there. Now hit run. And let's see here. Did it come back? Yeah, it came back. All right. All good. To your share screen again. All right. So input type equals radius. Everybody understand this?
Yeah.
Everybody all good with the basic form? Okay.
Wait,
So-
I have a problem.
Yes, what's your problem?
For the multiple choice, I can't like unpress it.
That's just the feature that comes with HTML, which is why I just do checkboxes most of the times.
Okay, makes sense.
Let me just, I think I forgot one tag.
Username. I think
What
you
happened?
mean username. You spell username.
That's true. Hey, thanks, Gary. And let me see here if this works. So that's fine. We'll come back to that later. So now here, let's say we want to do a drop down menu. Let's see, so inside the form, you just make a new comment. Drop down menu. Let me just give me 1 second. Something happened with one of the breakout rooms. That's fine. So what we can do this drop down menus have a whole separate tag. It's called select, and we can have option, and then we can say option hello option. Let me just copy paste this. It's weird.
Is there a way to tidy up your thing?
What do you mean by tidy up?
Like in Scratch, you know how you right click and then you can
Oh, you
tidy
can do
up
clean blocks? Well,
Yeah.
basically in code, you just want to make sure your text is all following like an indentation. So the body tags go around everything. So you just want to make sure it's all properly indented. That's basically the essence of cleaning up your code. And make sure it's all nicely formatted. Like I have spaces here. It's not all like one big clump because that's going to hurt your readability. And it's going to be, when you try, if it's a big, let's say you have a big 500 lines of code and you're trying to sift through it to find one tiny error, it's going to be impossible if your lines are all clumped together. But if you have spacing, you have nice comments about what they do, it'll be much easier for you to understand and you'll be able to debug it much quicker.
Cool beans.
All right. So we just finished creating our drop-down menu right here. Click run. And you can do hello, hello 2, hello 3, hello 4. So everybody all good with all these forms, creating the input types, checkboxes, all of that. No questions at all?
We haven't done drop down. Well, now we're doing drop down.
We just did
I
drop
haven't
down menu.
done- I haven't
Alright.
done that yet.
So just take a minute to do a drop-down menu, and then just make sure that this is basically all of the HTML. That's pretty much all we're going to need for the whole course. Because HTML is a pretty simple one. It's just to get the text that we've learned about all the different types of tags, images, links, unordered lists, ordered lists, marquees.
Did you go
and
down
forms.
to drop down menu?
Yes.
We're doing select and all. Select.
All right, so let's give Gary 1 more minute. All right, so Krisha, you got your drop-down menu to work?
Yeah. Well, I haven't done all the options, but I know how to do it now.
All right. So now, so this is basically pretty much the basics of HTML. So whenever we're doing websites, so we'll learn CSS, and after that, we'll spend some time creating our very own website. Like we'll start with an all about me page, and then we'll use CSS to style it, some HTML and all of that. Okay. So now let's get into CSS. So what CSS is basically a language where you can call a certain HTML tag and it will get automatically styled. And you call the tag, you write some styling code, and it will apply it right to any HTML element. So the syntax for CSS is like this. So first you have to specify the tag. So let's say I'm going to style this H1 tag right over here. I do H1, and then I just do these little brackets, and I can do, let's say I can set background color to red. And now I can run, and it has a background color of red right there. So basically what it does is just take H1. So H1, and also you see here, I didn't have any other H1s, but let's say I have H1 here, hello world. So when I put in H1, I'm by default calling all HTML elements that have the tag of H1. And then I do these little curly braces, like shift and then the brackets, it'll get those. And then I just do background color, red. And that's basically how you do a background color. And then let's say I want to do color of the font. I can do green. Run that. Yeah, green font. I don't really like that. That's kind of hard to read. I'll change that to blue. It's still kind of hard to read. I'll just.
Semicolons, right?
Oh yeah, and you have to end with a semicolon. After you specify it, you end with a semicolon. That's a Replit crashed for a second. That's a little odd. Let me just refresh my page. Change it to black and run it. All right, and now let's see. I just want to do font size. So let's introduce a special unit. It's called pixels. So basically, every dot on a screen is composed of one pixel. So my whole screen like this, it says probably billions and billions of pixels. That's how small pixels are. So do anything?
Just so you know, dude. Hey, Timmy, just so you know, I'm very techie. It's probably not billions. Do you have a good monitor?
All right.
You have a good monitor.
Yep. All right.
What's its max settings? 1440p or 1080p?
1440.
And that means you got 1,440 pixels.
By 1,440 by like let's say 700. You multiply both of those together, you get the pixel count.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, quick question. What are your specs?
I'm not a computer genius. It's just a random monitor, Garrick. Don't worry.
In terms of your specs, computer. Core i7 GTX 1060.
Thank you for the flex, Garrick. We all appreciate it. All right,
No,
so
it's not that.
Who had a question?
Me.
All right, that's your question.
What happens if you put every single one together? Like,
What?
Like what happens if you put, like, you take some piece of H1 text or something and you put in, like, and you make it bold and italic and strike through and, like, underline and also link and stuff? Can you do that?
So it would be a big line, but I'll give it a shot right now. To do INS/INS. I'll just close the EM right here, and then I'll just do EM bold, and then here I'll just close out the bold. Let me just get the EMs and they're all in the correct format. So let's see what we got right now. So now we have this. I can do an ahref equals. I'll link it to Google. Okay. I'll just do that like that. Right here, href.com. Right here, and I'll put this /a. And now what do we got? That's a link to Google. So that's what it would look like with all the tags.
Really?
Yes, that's what it looks like.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. He has a nice purpley effect. I'll take it. All right. So now here, so let's say this is, let's see some other, let's take a look at some other CSS tags. So let's see, we have color. So let's say I have color. So font size is pixels, or so pixels just does it like that. Or you can do EM. So let's say here I do 4 EM. So 1 EM is basically equal to 12 pixels. So EM is just another way of just doing it. So let's see here, I'll run it, and it brings it like this. Let's say I do 7 EM, that should be 84. Let me get. It's 7M. I had 7EM, and now it's much bigger because it's 84 pixels. It's equivalent. All right. Let's see
What
here.
does REM mean?
REM is just a small. I believe. REM. I'm pretty. I don't know specifically about REM, but let me see here. I believe REM is just the same. It looks, from what I'm seeing right now, it looks to be just about the same thing as EM.
Really?
Yeah, but EM is the most. Just do EM in pixels. If you know EM in pixels, you're all good.
Okay.
All right. So
I think REM's smaller.
it didn't look that small to me when I tried it, but that's fine. So let's see here. Font color. So let's try to do a border around it.
I like borders. For some
So
reason, this seems so easy.
CSS.
Yeah.
The basics of CSS is pretty easy. Tomorrow, if we'll get into more advanced CSS, and
But it's all
it'll be
coming back to
a little,
this
it'll be
last
I'd say a little harder, advanced CSS, but that's fine. So Isha, you raised your hand. What happened? Do you have any issue? Isha.
Oh,
Yeah.
for the CSS, well, I did exactly that. I just checked, and I feel like, and nothing really happened. Like, I know the background was supposed to turn red, and the color was supposed to turn, and like the font was supposed to turn black, but nothing happened.
Nothing happened. So did you call it by H1?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have a H1 tag defined? Make sure if you're calling by a tag in CSS, you have to have that exact H1, that exact tag defined in the HTML. Otherwise, the CSS doesn't know what HTML element to link onto. So did you define an H1 like? Let's do a
Are
quick
you gonna
enter.
learn how to do other fonts?
What? We're
Are
gonna
we
learn.
gonna-
Yeah, we'll do other fonts. Don't worry, Krisha. Let's say I just do a testing. H1. I rerun it now. It brings both these. So did you define an H1 tag, Isha?
I don't think I think I did, but I don't think I completed it. That's why.
Okay, so make sure you just have this. You can just take this exact same line. If I try, let me copy it into the chat, and then if you put it there, if you just take this, then you'll definitely be there because now you for sure have an H1 tag that'll latch on. But everybody else got the CSS to work? Nod your head. Sanjana, Arjun, Amog,
Yep.
got that all? Nice. All right. And if you would like, you can open Replit. There's tab support now, which means you can just open in like a tab like this. So instead of having to go one file at a time, you can just open in a tab. It's nice thing. All right. So Isha, did you get yours to work again? Get it to work now? Isha.
No.
It doesn't work still?
Let me try again.
You want to share your screen right now?
No, I don't think I will.
All right. So let's continue. So let's say if we're gonna do a border. So if there's 3 elements to a border, we're gonna need the border style, the border size, and the border color. So let's see if we can do border style.
Yeah. No,
Dashed. Dashed or dotted or solid? Choose one.
Aren't there like a bunch of others you can do?
You can just do 3: dash, dotted, solid.
Oh, really? How come there's something called solid and bridge and outset and inset and initial and inherent and hidden and groove?
Let me see. All right, let's take groove, okay? Border, then border, they do size, 5px. Border, is there no command? Border width, and border color. Green. We have a nice border. So groove is basically the same thing as solid.
Really?
That's what it did. Look, I got a nice solid background around it. A nice solid border. Oh, wait. Groove gave me like this little, gave me a black thing. Let me just try a solid really quickly. Yeah. Okay. Groove gives you a black around your border, then the actual color. So it's like, it would be, if I did groove, it would be like groove. Groove first gave me a black thing. First gave me black around it, then it became green. So that's another style. There's tons of them, but the main ones are just dash dotted solid. Alright. It said, so if, let's say I delete this border style, let's say I delete the border style. What do you think is going to happen?
Oh,
Anybody?
whoa, that is super cool. I like Groove.
You like Groove? That's nice.
It
Alright.
makes it look 3D, I think.
That's kind of, that's true, yeah. So anybody got an idea what will happen if the border style is nothing? If I don't specify a border style? Is it going to come the same thing? So you think I'm going to get let's think, do you think I'm going to get a border or am I not going to get a border? Anybody got any guesses? Will I get a,
You will
Okay.
get a border,
So
but it won't be your choice.
so Garrick thinks I'll get a random border.
But
Or
like, if you
default
don't
border?
put in a border,
Or I don't put in a border style.
yeah, border. Like if you don't put in a border style,
Yeah.
it probably gets solid.
You think it's going to get solid by default? Anybody else got any other ideas?
It's probably gonna be like default to solid or whatever
Default to
default
solid.
it is.
Okay, let's give it a shot. No border. Got nothing. The border whole thing, it completely broke. Because without a style, the border, so let's say I gotta because without the border style specified, the CSS compiler doesn't know what kind of border to apply. And they didn't set it like it'll go to a default border or anything like that. They probably they could and should have, but they just set it so it's just not gonna do anything. So you're not gonna have a border without any of these three attributes.
I think this REPL.it gives you a bunch more types to use.
Yeah, Replit is an nice autocomplete. So it's like it can help you with your code essentially, code completion. But I'll tell you a way. You see here, it's like 3 lines. There's a way to simplify it. So we can just do 5px groove green, and this I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, there are like a dozen in here.
All right. So what's gonna happen is, let's say if you see here, just space it out. So here I had to define a border style, a border width, a border color. But I can just simplify that all to just one line, with just a border. I can just define the width of the border, the style of the border, and the color. All in that order. So instead of having to write these 3 lines, I only have to write 1. And now 3 lines is better than 1. No, 1 line is better than 3. We're gonna have the least amount of lines possible for the most efficient product. So you can just simplify your border all down to this. So does this make sense? Okay.
1 sec.
Okay.
It almost makes sense. Oh, right, and you custom color. 15px. Do you need to put a comma between the?
What happened?
No, I was just asking if you have to put a comma. Apparently you
No
don't.
comments. No comments.
Wait a minute. Yeah, no comma.
Okay. So now you'll get into a slightly bit more a little advanced CSS, a little bit. So if you see here, let me just remove these little hrefs, and then just remove this. So we have just 2 normal header ones. So now if you notice, they're both the exact same. Let's say I want one header to be, let's say I want this header to have a background of blue and this header to have a background of red. Well, I can't do that right now because I have header 1 tags, and these are both header 1, and I don't want to change it to header 2. I want to have 2 h1s with different tags, with different backgrounds. So what I can do here in the HTML is specify an ID. So I can just do ID equals, say, h header 1. And now I can call this ID in CSS using So what I can do here is I can do hashtag header1. So this is basically saying this is the CSS for all IDs that have the ID of, for all HTML elements that have the ID of header1. And I can just set here background color blue, color black. And now I have blue and black, and this one's still red. So IDs, so IDs can only be used for one tag. So you can't put this ID anywhere else. But let's say you want to have, let's say we put some more elements in here. All right, testing 1, testing 2, testing 3, testing 4. So let's say I have all these H5s, and now I have a bunch of them. Let's say I want the first 2 to have a blue background, and the next 2 to have a green background, and the final one to have this basic red background. What I can do is specify a class. So let me just let me just change this to a class. I can just do class equals here. I'll just set right here to blue. Here I'll do class blue. Here, since the next 2 want to be green, I can just have a class and I can call it green. After that, I can have a class. I can call it green. And then these here, I have 5. I'll just make the next 3 to be green. So I have class green. And since this final one's going to be default, I'm just going to give it no class. And the way you call a class in CSS is you can just do dot and then the class name. So I just do dot blue, specify this. You copy paste it. So the next class is dot green. So I call it dot and then green. And I can just do background color green. And now here, that's all I'm going to need. If I run it, the first 2 have a blue background. The next 3 have a green background. And the final one here has a red background. So is anybody confused by the idea of a notion of IDs and classes?
No.
Can somebody explain it to me?
Confused with classes.
Oh, you're confused with classes. Okay, okay. So let's say, so classes are just a plural, are just IDs, except you can use them unlimited HTML tags. So this, I'd say I have an ID of blue. I can only use it on that HTML tag. It won't work anywhere else. But classes, the class can be used on multiple elements. So it's just a plural version of IDs.
So you could, instead of assigning an ID, you could assign a class.
Yeah. So then in the CSS, the way you call an ID is you do hashtag. Then class is just a dot.
Oh, okay.
So can somebody explain to me the concept of IDs and classes? Like one or 2 sentences. Anybody? Let's see, I choose a random. Arjun. You want to explain IDs and classes? I just got to make sure we all got it.
Like, I guess it's kind of like giving it a name for it and then calling it by the name, and it's like the same style.
So that's kind of there. So it's just if you have multiple HTML tags that all have multiple HTML elements that all have the same tag, but you want the styling for them to be different. So that's all it really is. So does it make sense more now? All right. So anybody have any questions on IDs and classes? No questions at all. Everybody understands it. Amog, Sanjana, Isha, Arjun, Krisha, you all got it? Garrick?
Yeah.
All right, everybody's got it? Okay. So let's see here. Let's see what should we do next. So let's do there's another thing called pseudo classes in CSS, and they're basically certain CSS code that will execute if the user performs a certain action. So let's say I do H1. This syntax won't make sense right now, but I'll explain it really quickly. I'll explain it, and then let's see here. I will just do, let's see here, orange, black, and I'll change this right here to 3. Yeah. So let's see. We just run it. All right. So here, if I hover, over it, it changes. So let me just, I'll just do this. So if I hover over it, then the background changes. And so this is just, it's called colon hover. It's basically just saying, call this CSS portion when the user hovers over the tag. So I hover over the tag, it becomes orange background. Leave it. Let me just change this color here to red. If I run it again, now it changes to red. And now there's another one. It's called h1 colon active. Do the little thing. Ooh, I'll just change it to maroon. And then see here. So I hover over it and I click. So active is just basically for when you click on it. It's the pseudo class for when you click. And hover is when you hover over it. Active is when you click on it. So do these pseudo classes make sense?
Yes. So could
Okay.
I just test them out real quick?
Yeah. So I just give 1 minute to implement some pseudo classes in your REPL.
What does pseudo even mean for that?
Pseudo is just, it's just basically, you just think about it as some code that executes upon a user event. Pseudo class is just the name that the people who gave CSS made it. The terminology isn't as important as the concept. If you know the concept, but you don't know the term, then it's better than if you just know the concept. But it's better than if you just know the term, but you don't know the concept. Okay, so everybody implemented pseudo classes into their REPL?
Nope. Almost.
Okay. Isha, yeah, you raised your hand? Is something wrong?
I've kind of been I was doing something else, so I missed a few of the instructions, and
Alright.
and I wasn't able to, and I couldn't and I have a few questions about the classes. And
ID and classes, okay.
tags. Yeah.
So I can explain it again. That's no problem. So let's say here, you see here, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 header tags. And let's say I want the styling for these 2 of the tags to be different. And these 2 of the tags to be different. These 3 of the tags to be different. And this tag to be different. But since they're all header 1 tags, if I call them using just their HTML tag, then it's not going to work. They're all going to have the default, all going to have the same styling. So what I can do is implement an ID or a class. So let's say give this an ID. I'll change it to ID of blue. So now I have to call it. So I can just say, so hashtag is to call an ID, and then blue is the name of the ID. So it's saying for all IDs that have for all HTML tags that have the ID of blue, invoke these CSS properties. I read it.
Another thing is, so basically, I was trying to fix one of my other mistakes when you were explaining about like how you made the
how I made the pseudo classes.
yeah.
All right. But do IDs now make sense to you, or are you still a little confused?
They do make sense, but I missed like the making of it.
Oh, at the beginning? Okay. So here, the way you call, so I'll give a quick rundown. So header 1, so you have to do h1 is the HTML tag. And you can call this HTML tag, and after that, do 2 brackets. And that's basically the syntax for any CSS. And inside these brackets, you can write whatever property you want to change. So you can just change here the background color to red, the color to black, the font size to 4 EM, and the border. Yes.
I did properties. I didn't make the changes on the HTML.
Oh, you didn't make so here these are the whenever you're creating an ID, you just put it inside of the opening tag of the HTML element. Okay. So here this would be an ID. I'm going to change it to a class real quick. So IDs can only be used for 1 HTML element. So if I want if I want a group of them to be the same and a group of them to be different, then I have to use a class, because classes can support being tagged onto multiple HTML elements. So here, let me see something in the chat. Okay, so here, so now here classes, you call classes and CSS using the dot. And the dot, and then now here I run the program and it will give me these, now they're both blue. These 3 are red, and this one's, no, these 3 are green, and this one is red. So, Isha, do you understand pseudo classes? Or should I explain those two?
No.
Okay, so so everybody was able to implement this basic CSS into your REPLs? Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
One sec. Actually, my question might be solved.
Okay. Did you solve your question?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's
I got
good.
it from the DX.
Good. All right. So we have like 50 minutes. So I want to take a 5-minute break, or you want to keep continuing? Oh, up to you. Continue. Let's see. Anybody else? Send it in the chat. You want to take? There's supposed to be a 5-minute break, 5 to 10-minute break scheduled for every class. So it's not like I just sprung it on here. It's purposely scheduled. Arjun wants a break. Okay. Amog, no break. Let's see here. Sanjana, Isha, Garrick, you want a break? And Garrick wants a break? Okay. Isha, you want a break or no?
I need break.
Okay, Garrick, we got it. Thanks.
I'm gonna cuddle my dog.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Sanjana, do you want a break? Sanjana wants a break. Okay. Isha, you want a break or no break? Who is who
Break.
changed break? No, who changed their name to my name but with a J? Krisha?
I spelled it wrong.
Break.
Actually, you want a break? Okay, we're doing a break. 4
For
to
how
2,
long?
the break 1. 5 minutes. We do 5 minutes.
Okay, can I go? Because I want to see my dog.
Okay, you can do that. For all of you who don't want to break, I can teach some. I can just go over the stuff. You can, for those who don't want to break, I can just you can just actually implement more CSS in the in your REPL just to make sure you understand it or stuff like that. It's good that you're excited. So just maybe create some more tags. If you have any questions that you're looking through during the break, you can just ask me. Does that sound good for everybody? Wait a second. I got scammed. Oh, okay. Put host. Oh, I see you, Krisha. Rename. All right, that's your name for now, okay, Krisha? No. Let me prevent you from changing the names. I'm working. I couldn't figure out how to do it. All right. So Amog, let's see, Krisha, then you can just do some more HTML. Arjun, Isha, Sanjana, enjoy the break.
Are we gonna learn like how? Is there like a way for when you click it, it stays like that, and then
It
you click
fades.
it again?
That's
like
gonna be. We're gonna do that with jQuery. So that'll be the 3rd day.
So
But
what's
there'll be
that?
more advanced like image changes and stuff like that.
Hey guys, say hello to Rocky.
Excuse me?
Say hello to Roku.
Hi,
So,
Garrick's dog.
I need
Hi.
I still feel like I still feel like I'm not there yet. Do you mind if I share my screen?
100%. Let me stop sharing. Isha, so share your screen.
Wait. I'm still really confused about about what I should be writing there and the mistake I made here, because I know I missed a lot of things there.
All right. So here you're trying to set up your classes. Okay. So your classes so your classes have to go inside of the H1 tag, the opening tag. You see how you just wrote class equals testing? So that's gonna be
No,
what
I was gonna put something in there, but
so if you write
I
class
didn't
equals
know.
testing, it's not gonna invoke the class there.
Yeah, I know that. But,
Okay. No, that's good. Okay, so what was your what are you feeling like you don't fully understand?
what I didn't see is what I'm saying. No, I understand, but I'm supposed to put like the colors here, right? Like
Oh,
supposed to put like blue, green, and like
okay.
those, and that's the class, right?
Yeah. So so your class, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Aisha, I'm just gonna put a link to my code itself.
I can see
I'll
what
s-
I did wrong.
So now you have my code, so you can see as it's updating and all of that. So you can see every time. So this is this code will always be updated, always be correct. So if you have any issue, you can just look at this one, or you can just ask us directly. But for anybody who's having any struggles right now, you can just look at my code file. It'll be probably more efficient. So I just don't have to go one by one. But here, Isha. So if you want the classes to work, you'll have to put them inside the header one and put quotation marks around the class's name. So you have to put like H1 and then after that class equals blue with quotation marks around the blue.
Okay.
All right. So do you have any other questions or you just want to continue the break? We still got like, I'd say 3 more minutes.
Coding.
All right. Yeah. The break, you can continue coding.
No, can we continue learning how to code?
What?
Can we continue learning how to code?
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
A full 3 minutes? It's so long.
A full 3 minutes is 180 seconds.
That's still long.
Oh, it's 2 minutes now. It's like 2.5 now. After all you're talking, 2.5.
150 seconds is still really long.
You'll have to learn to be patient sooner or later, Krisha.
Hmm.
Okay. So it's 2 minutes. I would say 1 minute 40 now.
Goody, goody, goody. 100 seconds.
100 seconds. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, woman. Yes, man. Yes, whatever. All right, 1 minute.
Is it possible to fill like the whatchamacallit? The multiple like to fill the the password box and stuff?
To fill the what? The backgrounds? Like the background of the whole page?
And the password boxes and the username box and
The
stuff.
password boxes? I think I could. I know. I definitely had to do the background. So you see here in the background, you see there's a body tag around the entire all of our code. So what I can do is just call that body tag in the CSS. You can just do body, background color, teal. Run it, and we got teal.
Wait,
And now,
in the body tag? In the body tag, I call it something.
yeah. So you call body. You can call body in the CSS, and it's assign a background color. And I forgot my semicolon. Okay, and now here we're going to try styling the password boxes. Okay, so here I can just do I can call all of the input tags. Let me see. Let me see if this would work. Input background color of. Let's see. I'll just do here red, and pray it works. All right, yeah, you can style them just like that. Krisha.
Yeah.
So if you want to style the password box, you can just call the input type, and then you just specify background color, and it'll style it automatically.
Did you get an ID to the password box?
I didn't put any IDs at all because I just called them all. Because if you want them to have different styling, you can do an ID. But I just called all of the input tags because they're all HTML elements. Like you can all call them. They'll be legit for CSS. Okay, 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds for our break.
Never use blanched almond as your background.
Blanched almond. What is blanched almond?
That's a color.
That's a suckish color. It sucks.
Exactly, which is why I'm not going to do it.
Okay, so everybody, our break is now over. I hope you enjoyed yours. I certainly did for myself. Okay, so everybody ready to get back? Nod your head, thumbs up, reaction, type in the chat. We just got to make sure everybody's here.
Are you going to care if we say no?
I just, if you say no, I just know you're here, so I just continue on, to be honest. Arjun's thumbs up. Sanjana, Isha, you all ready to continue?
I'm good.
All right, Sanjana is nice. Isha, yes, okay. So now here, let's say we're just gonna get to some little bit more CSS color-wise. Let's say you have let's say you have a custom. You want to customize you want a really customized color. What you can do is search up hex codes.
Oh, I like those. Couldn't you also do RGB and stuff?
You could do RGB for sure. Yeah, we'll get into RGB, okay, later. And then here, this is a whole color scheme. So these are all of them, and they have the hex codes right here and the RGB values. So here, let's say I want this yellow. I want this shade of it. So now here, I've got my hex code as AOAE1. So what I can do here is I can set the background color. So hex codes need to do a hashtag and then the hex code itself. So AOAE1F. And now I get this nice little like dark, like gold, like kind of dark gold color right there. And now let's say I want to do a RGB. So RGB is just let me just do RGB code. Oh, it's right here. So RGB just stands for red, green, blue. So each color is composed of red, green, blue. Those are obviously the primary colors. So now here, I want this one. So I can just do here. So here, let's say I want to specify the color. So I can just, then RGB, I can just do RGB. And then I can type in here 150, 156, 207. And run it. Wait, where'd it go? Header 1. Color. Did not appear? That's interesting. We just try setting this as a background color.
Are you guys seeing the share screen? Because I'm not.
Oh, am I that stupid? Yeah, I'm that stupid. That's my. All right, restart everything I just said. That's all my fault. All right. So let's say, thanks for bringing up Arjun. That's my bad, completely. All right. So let's say you want a really specialized color. So let's say like a really customized color. What you can do is you can search up hex codes, and this is the first URL that popped up, and this is like a whole color scheme thing. So you can just choose, you can just find which type you want and then scroll around here and it'll generate this hex code. So this is the hex code. So mine is 48D65. So now here, and the way you do a hex code is you do hashtag and then like this.
You can just hover over like the color and you can edit
Yeah,
like that.
that's true. That's just as good of a one as well. Yeah. And it generates generates an RGB one for you as well. RGBA, with A being an alpha value, which is just there's like a multiplier. But let's see RGB here.
00FFFF. That's weird.
Oh wait. Let me just see. Replit servers have been really bad lately, so they keep crashing, which is interesting. But just refresh it.
I like this.
All right, so now we get the color with RGB. Delete the A right there. And now here, let's say we do a hex code. You just get the thing here Arjun said. Is there a way to get the hex code? You can just change it to, there's even HSL, I didn't know about that. And I can just change this here, the input background color. And now you can see the input tags of a different background color. So you can just do hex codes or RGB codes for customized color. Just search up any, let's say I want a dark green hex code, and you can choose one. Garrick, you there? Okay, you're there, okay. Okay, so everybody understand the hex codes and all this?
I have a problem.
What is your problem, Krisha?
I'm trying to get the password boxes to turn different color when I hover, but it's not working.
All right. So you have input. So let's say let's see. So the password boxes. So let's do input, and then I can just make a new little thing.
Because it's
Input.
only input type, right?
You can just call it input. It's not input type. It's just an input tag. So you have input, and then to do input colon, and do hover, and I can change the background color to
Okay, it works. Never mind. Thank you.
yellow. Okay, so however, okay. So now, with anybody have any questions about all the HTML or CSS we've learned today?
No.
No questions. Okay, so now let's see. So 2:23, class ends at 3:30. Okay, so we have another hour or so. So I say at 2. I'll say at 2. Let's see here. 2:45. We'll stop doing all this teaching. Actually, how much time do you think you'll need to start your make like a basic layout of your website and put some text? Because that's gonna be our project.
Maybe half an hour.
Half an hour.
Half an
Okay.
hour, yeah.
Half an hour. So we have 15 minutes for our review game as well. So 45 minutes. So 2:45, you'll start the website. We'll start them at 2:40. Then 3:15 to 3:30, we'll have our review game. Does that sound good with everybody? So 20 more minutes of teaching.
Do we have to do the review game?
If you're liking making your website so much, we don't have to do a review game. But if you want to take a break and play the review game, you can play the review game.
The review game is boring.
What are you talking about? You were playing it at lunch and you're having so much fun.
We did a Harry Potter one. That was the good part.
It was a Harry Potter one?
Yeah, the second Gimlet.
Oh, the second one. We have to make a related GIM kit. That's related to web development.
This is Harry Potter.
It's Legos.
Yeah.
He looks like kind of a noob in that one. He doesn't have a nose. His head is small. Then all his body parts are small.
Who, Harry?
Yes, he has a small little Lego. He's like
Voldemort doesn't have a nose.
he's like 2 inches. Yeah.
And
When they were-
there's like small called the grown-ups. And he can't even bend his legs. Like the grown-ups are way taller than him.
And even when they're probably doing his movie, when they're doing the movie, they probably just Photoshop Voldemort's nose off. If you think about it,
Of course they do.
it's Photoshop. That's pretty funny.
Who doesn't have a nose. It's
What?
very unlikely. They're probably not going to find an actor who doesn't have a nose.
Yeah.
So that's extremely unlikely that they find a Voldemort actor who doesn't have a nose. Can I click it?
100.
And plus, all the movies already came out, so.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. So let's see. Now we're gonna get into another. We'll go back to HTML, and we're gonna learn about something called a div. And just define it.
Yay!
So divs. So divs. Just think of divs as just an empty void of space. Like it's just a part of your web page that's just taken up by this div element, and inside you can have other you can have some headers, some stuff like that. A div is just a box around your web page. So when we get into advanced CSS libraries tomorrow, divs are going to become very, very useful. And they're very useful for styling different HTML elements. For sure, they're very useful for those. So now let me let's see so we're going to do a little I would say a quick mini project actually once we talk about divs into more CSS. So what works with divs here, and let's say here a div, I define, so basically the mini project that we're gonna be doing with divs is we're gonna be creating a face using CSS. So let me just put the URL of my face that I created beforehand. And so let me run it. And here, this is the face. So when I hover over it, it changes color. Here, I hover over it, it outstretches, becomes small again. Same thing with this one.
That is creepy.
I know it's creepy. It's bigger than the whole face. So using
No
divs.
offense, but your nose looks kind of like a butt cheeks.
Oh, I'm changing this. That's my lord. I'm an idiot.
He has a point.
Oh my. there's another one. I'm not gonna say that. I think thankfully I deleted it. All right. So basically so if you see here, so divs are just an empty void of space. So let's say we're trying to make a face. So I just gave this div ID of a face. So I just give it a face, and the face is gonna encompass all the other divs, and all the other divs are just gonna have the code for the body parts. So
But how do you know if like where? How does it know where to put it?
that's what we're gonna get into with the CSS. So let's see here. So let's see we have an ID of face. So let's go look at our CSS code for face. Anybody, you had a question, Krisha?
No, I just said, oh, right.
I have to have some.
Also, why are you wearing a St. Rose of Lima t-shirt?
It's for Boy Scout or Scouts.
Okay.
So here, what we do here in this hashtag face with the ID is we set a width and a height. So we can set a width and a height of a div. So here we can use pixel. We use pixels. The width is 300 pixels. The height is 300 pixels. And then this border radius is basically how curved we want our div to be. So basically, based off of how big our div is, we can apply a border radius, and that'll curve the edges of the div. If you see here, I curved them. But if your div is bigger, you're gonna need to apply more border radius. But let's say so here my div curves well at 100 pixels. I can put, let's see, I'm going to put 1,000 pixels. Our div is curves even more, just because it becomes all the way curved until it becomes a circle. After it becomes a circle, it's that you can apply as much border radius on it as you want. It's not going to change. Like this is going to be the exact same as 1,000 border of the 1,000 px. So you can't tell. I'll just revert it back to 100 px, and now we get this. So essentially, border radius will curve it until it becomes a circle.
So are you saying like?
Hey, but what if you got border radius above a circle? What's the border radius for a circle?
What do you mean border radius is used to draw circles in CSS?
Yeah, no. But what is the border radius for a circle? Because like right now you're.
Okay. I got a question. So it depends really on how big your div is. So see, my div is 300 by 300. Let's say I change it to 400 by 400. Now, since my div is bigger, I need to apply more border radius for it to get to a circle. Let's say I run it. You see here, it's not curved as much at all.
Are you doing a coding camp next year?
Actually, to me, it's the same, except thicker.
So now here I get to 1,000 px. And now, you kidding me, Replit? Oh my god.
You have to go. For me, I have to go.
Oh my god.
And then come back.
Replit servers are actually ugly right now, bro. So I just refresh it, run it, and now here with 1,000, it came a little bit more curved. I put
But what if you do 5,000?
5,000. So after your border radius is large, let's say so at 1,000 px, my div became a circle. So no matter if I increase the border radius by 1,000,000, nothing is gonna change because it's already a circle. And border radius only works until it becomes a circle. It'll only curve the div until it becomes a circle. So here I could put 10,000, 100,000, million, 2 million, 5 million. It would stay the same. I'll show you. It's the exact same.
Can we make divs now?
Okay.
Is it
So now
possible to make like a triangle or something?
you could make it. So those shapes. You would have to do multiple divs, and the widths and the heights. It would be pretty hard to make a triangle. You have to think about the. You have to do multiple divs for sure, and
I can
then
make like a bunch of like thin rectangles.
you might have to actually do like a rectangle on a rectangle. Like if I go to paint,
Or could you
Like-
make like a half circle or something, like a semicircle?
a semicircle, what you could do is you get a circle, and you could try to set half of the circle's background color to the width of to the color of the backdrop. So let's say the
What do you mean
backdrop color is
half
white,
of-
because if you want a semicircle is half of a circle, right?
I know, but if it's one circle and you want to make half of it to the, how would you like change? How would you change only half of it?
The only way I see how to do it right now is, let's say if you want only a semicircle to show up. Oh, change half of it.
Because I don't like to have a paint app or stuff.
I don't know how to change. Let me think about it. That's a pretty good question. So change half of it. You could have. I don't think there's a way to do that in CSS, but I'll do some research and I'll get back to you on that. Does that sound good? Krisha, you there?
Yeah.
All right. So here, so this is basically, this is how you can just define the widths and heights of divs. Using width, set it to a pixel, height, set it to a pixel, border radius will curve it. And now we have to get into actually positioning our HTML elements so that they're proportionate on our guy. Like, you see here how the nose is in the middle, the mouth is in the middle, the eyes are off to the sides. So how do we position
Yeah,
that?
quick question.
Yes, Gary.
Wait. So in the on the eyes, no offense, but it kind of looks like the eyes are going off the face.
Yes, that's true, Gary. That's just the design I went for.
So you're saying you're gonna look like some monster?
My guy looks like a monster. Your guy can look like a crocodile. It can all be different. You can put some hair. Hair would be pretty interesting because you could have like a bunch of small little divs for the hair, all in the same class. But now we have to get into actually positioning these divs so that they're on the exactly positioning these divs so they're relative to, let's say, this HTML right here. So see, it's on this, the eye is on this part, the face, the nose is in the middle. So let's see, how do we do that? So what we have to do here is we have to, I'm gonna give an example. So what we do here, so if you see here we have a div called mouth right here. And what we have to do is we have to set so we call it ID of mouth, and then to position it, we have to define something called absolute positioning. So absolute positioning basically allows us to move around any HTML element. So the way to define it is you just do position absolute. And then you can set, so position absolute will basically allow you to modify it based on, will let you move stuff around the div. So now let me explain what this left 100 pixels command is doing. So it's taking, so this is the topmost part of our web page. This is the bottommost part of our web page. This is the leftmost part of our web page. And this is the rightmost part of our web page. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So what left is doing, it's saying, okay, position the div 100 pixels away from the leftmost position of the web page. So it's taking this. So the distance between this edge right here and here is 100 pixels exactly. If I say I change it to 110, that 101 won't do anything. 110, did it do anything?
Yeah, move to the right a bit
Yeah,
more.
it moved to the right. Yeah, so
So
it's,
now
slight,
it's
it's
like
slightly
a-
more over.
Eh.
So now the nose isn't fully aligned with it. Now it's back to fully aligned. So now here, now the top is what it's doing is saying, say from the topmost position, go down 250 pixels. So now the distance from here to here is 250 pixels. So that's basically how we can do it. That's how we can style it for this example. So you guys have to do it's 3 lines basically, almost always 3 lines. Position absolute, a left positioning, or a right positioning, and a top positioning. Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right. So that's basically how I styled that div. That's how basically the mouth came to this position. And now we have to discuss, so if you see here in my div, I have for body parts that have more than one part, I've given them all a class. This is because I want to save, I don't want to have to, for I1 and I2, I know they're both going to have the same CSS properties, like the color, the size, and stuff like that. But the only thing that's going to be different between I1 and I2 is the positioning. So I can create a class called eyes where I define all of their common CSS elements. And then I can just define an ID where I define their location. So this makes it so I don't have to copy paste code so much. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, anybody got any questions about positioning HTML elements, positioning CSS and positioning HTML elements, styling with CSS, any of that stuff? No, no
Nope.
questions on that? Okay. So do you think you could all get started with, so with your web pages, also try creating a div, try creating like a basic face with a nice, you don't have to do a nose, you can do a nice a background. Oh, we explained to you the linear gradient. So this is how I got this like color changing little background. So let me see, where's the code for it? Right here. So I just did for the face, the way you can do a gradient is you can just do your background image, and there's multiple gradients, but the simplest gradient is just a linear gradient and to bottom right, which means that gradient is starting from the bottom right. And it's just going to switch between these colors, red, yellow, red, red, orange, pink, red. So based off of that, it's just going to generate this nice little background. So the linear gradient just allows you to have multiple colors in your background at one time. That's all. So does the linear gradient make sense? See here, Arjun, Amol, Isha, Krisha, Sanjana, all this positioning stuff, all that makes sense? Okay, nice. So you think, let me just go through here, see any other code we're missing. Okay. So do you think now, let's see, so let's start by creating,
What did I miss?
What happened?
What did I miss? I just came back.
Bathroom? Okay, that's fine. So,
No, not bathroom. The computer shut off.
oh, okay. So what happened, we just discussed the linear gradient, which is just a background where you can have multiple colors.
Yeah.
So background starts from the bottom right, alternates between red, yellow, red, yellow, red, orange, pink, red. So that's all it is. Okay, so now this from 2:40 from now till let's see, so till 3:15 is basically time for you to work on your website. So this is the first part of your website where you're just going to define an all about me page. And as we do more and more style concepts, you'll add more and more pages to your website. Like one page could be let's say a image grid with Flexbox, which we'll learn tomorrow. We'll have API calls like a coronavirus tracker, or jQuery. We'll have a jQuery calculator. So those will be the projects that all make up your web page. So start by just defining, you can create a new REPL and just call it website. And just start by have one page where you have all about me. So you have like a header, put your name, you write your favorite.
So to make a new REPL?
New REPL. Do you all remember how to do that?
Yep. And HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right?
Yes.
Quick question.
Yes, Garrick.
For some reason, already got this name typed in, and it's called Happy Clothes Scientist. What
Oh,
are
it's-
automatic names?
It just generates a random name. So it just combines random words and makes them together as your name until you rename it.
Okay, then that is sad.
What? It's just cool. It's a little nifty feature.
No,
What?
it's weird. Magic said like scientist unicorn something.
That's interesting. Okay. So just create a web page with like your favorite, your hobbies, what you like to do, some images, some links to your favorite websites. Also, so you can also images are very simple to style with CSS. You just call the IMG tag.
Do we
And if
have
you
to
could
use
drop
our
It's saying I need to buy a hacker plan to make it private.
Yeah, don't make it private. Just make it public, Eric.
But
Okay,
what
I'm
if we
gonna
use our
put it
real
public.
names?
What do you mean?
What if we put in our real names and birthdays?
No,
Wait, why would don't you don't put that on online?
Good.
bro,
But
like,
all that.
So so basically, just create a new REPL, your hobbies, your favorite book, images. So images are pretty simple to sign CSS. You just call the images to find a width and a height, and it by default will get styled. And to position it, you can just do the position absolute, the top and the left, or the top and the right. So everybody understands what to do for the start of their websites. So the all about me page, and then after that, try to create your own face like I did.
I missed the how to make a div part.
Oh, how to make a div? So divs are basically you just create like a. So
Yeah, I
you
know
just
that.
div.
I forgot how to do I didn't know how to make the linear gradient stuff.
Oh, linear gradient. Okay, so linear gradient, you just set that as a background image. So you see here, the face is the whole background. I said background image to linear gradient to bottom right. So starting from bottom right, and I have the colors it's going to alternate with. So red, yellow, red, red, orange, pink, red. So the majority of my linear gradient, if you see, is red.
Oh, okay.
wait, how do you do an image again?
So image SRC,
Okay.
Could you go back to the HTML,
HTML right here.
like the div part?
Yeah, it's right here. And
I have to make a bunch of div.
let me. Oh, if you also want, there's also the web dev one here with all the concepts. If you'd like that, if you ever need to open it, so if you're where you're working, just tell me.
Wait, so how do you do the web page again? Sorry, not the web page. I mean, a photo or
Yeah, so you just do here image. So you just do img src equals double quotes, and you just grab. We just do basketball. And
I already got my image.
now, so did you do? You right clicked and you did copy image address.
Yeah.
All right, and then you go back here. You just do Control V, and it'll paste. You paste the URL, and then after that, you just close it. And then that's how you create your image. So let me actually put a link.
IMG SRC. Wait, can I see that?
So it's basically like this, Gary.
Can I see the IMG SRC?
Right here.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna paste the links to my REPLs. So here, this is my web dev one. Web dev repel. CSS repel. So now if you have anything, and I'm already helping somebody, you can just click these links and you can see all of the code.
Hey,
So-
Tanish,
Yes, Garrick.
there's something weird going on.
What
Can I
happened?
start my screen to show you?
Yes, you can.
So here, when I click run, instead of showing it, it just shows this. Instead of showing the
Okay, because you forgot your quotation marks.
where.
Around the URL, you have to put the quotation marks.
Oh. Doesn't
Alright,
work.
so try pasting. So okay, so go back to gaming, and then now right click. No, right click. Don't just click on it.
Oh, sorry. I accidentally clicked.
Right click so you can see like. So right click, and now click copy image address, not link address. Image address.
Oh, image address.
There it
Now-
is. Alright. So Amol, your website's going good so far?
Yes.
Okay, good. Isha, Arjun, Sanjana, you're all going good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So see here.
In the
I'm
bathroom.
waiting for mine to load.
If the REPL servers have been a little inconsistent, if it's not loading, just refresh the page, and it'll
Wait,
It'll
what's
probably start.
underline again? Is it INS?
INS is for underlining, EM is for italicizing. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, Garrick?
Nothing.
Alright.
I'm just checking on my headphones work.
Alright. Alright, everybody's website's going good so far?
Okay.
Alright.
My Fitbit keeps on trying to get me to move.
Your what?
My Fitbit.
Your Fitbit.
Because like in the settings I put it so an hour if you don't do 250 steps it tells you to move.
That's interesting. Yeah, you haven't moved much all day, right, Krisha?
No.
Are you kidding me? I was in a car ride. I have moved a lot.
You moved a lot. Nice.
And I actually also did move houses a while back. Technically, I moved a lot.
Good.
These. Are you gonna share your screen, Tinish?
Share my screen. What do you want to share? What do you want me to share my screen about?
Cause I'm still
Oh,
doing.
full show, 100%. Let me just move my zoom out.
Cause I wasn't
Yep,
here for the divs.
100%. Right here.
Cause you're gonna have to do the div and the CSS.
Yep.
In the CSS.
CSS. Which part of the CSS you specifically want? Don't
I'm-
copy it, just modify it to exactly the kind of
Width.
face you want.
I'm just trying to figure out.
So here the
Yes,
width.
I got a GIF in.
Nice.
It's literally the same thing as an IMG, but I got a GIF in.
Cool.
And it actually moves. It works.
Wonderful.
Hey, Tanish.
Yes.
So I put in a GIF, but the problem is that's really big.
Then you have to style it. Remember using CSS. You can set a width and a height.
Could you go
Oh.
up? I want to figure out.
Oh, I fixed it. It's okay. I
Nice.
accidentally downloaded the wrong version or something.
Okay, that's to bottom right. Oh. It's just gonna do.
Okay, so everybody's website's going good so far and no questions? Alright, I'm assuming there's no questions. Okay. Has anybody one day finished their website? You want to share it for everybody else?
How would we already finish our website?
No, when you finish. You started only like 10 minutes ago. Don't worry. I'm not that mean.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. I'm pretty sure about that.
I'm not sure.
I'm so sad now. Very funny.
I have no idea. How do you stop this? Could you go down a tiny bit?
Yes.
My picture shows up as like a question mark. Is that like?
Oh, that means I couldn't get your URL. Did you do img src equals double quotes, or you follow the format we did earlier?
Yeah. Wait.
Okay.
Let me just. I didn't do double quotes.
The format, yeah, it won't recognize if it's double quotes. This is the format right here. So you have the opening img src equals then the double quotes, and inside the quotes you put the URL, and you finish it off.
Okay.
My face isn't showing up.
Your face. Okay. You want to share your screen or?
1 second.
Uh.
Okay, I got a GIF.
Nice.
Share
That picture looks cool. I replaced
you have to
all
stop
my
screen.
animations with GIFs.
You have to
Sure.
stop screen sharing, person.
Oh, wait, let me stop screen sharing.
Okay.
Okay, Krisha, let's see here. Div ID of face. Have you set a background color for your? Go to your CSS. Your face has a background color blue. With height. Okay. All right. Here's the thing, Krisha. You just did face, but is it an ID of face or a class? You have to remember your hashtag. Bless you. The hashtag, and then.
Hey guys, I'm here to review this brilliant GIF that I'm typing. I'm typing it in the chat. View it.
Okay, we'll
It's
view it here.
brilliant.
It's brilliant.
How do you know? You haven't seen it.
I have.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to.
It's just a bicycle that collapses.
And watch
yeah.
it. No, guys, watch it. Actually, really sick.
Well,
Watch. Let me show you.
We can see it, Garrick. Don't worry.
Okay, fine. What's this? Then it
that
reappears.
is.
Yes. 100%.
Big brain moment.
Funny.
So funny, Garrick. What a GIF. Nothing but brilliance from Garrick right there, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You
100%.
sound so sarcastic.
For sure. For sure. Okay, let's see here. Isha, Sanjana, you haven't said much. Is it all going good? Yes, Isha, what's you have a question? Or something?
Okay, so I'm really confused. So
Okay.
are we making like a face? Are we making our faces? Or are we making something else?
So
I'm trying to do both.
you can do, so you just want to try to have a website with, you can start with a basic website, like all about you, some stuff, an image, a link. And after, let me share my screen. Okay. And after that, you can try making the face. But first, probably
Please
start.
stop spamming.
Who's spamming? That was a fat stack of a spam. Like 15 of them at least.
How do you not know it wasn't me?
I'm putting like my favorite video game. Is that
That's
fine?
perfect. Anything that gets us to know you better. Anything. All that's everything about you. So you should, if you start with that, and then after that, if you have time, you can make a face.
Okay, great.
But we'll probably likely continue the face tomorrow. But I just want to make sure. So everybody's fully understands all the HTML and the CSS we covered so far. Because there's still 15 minutes. There's 15 minutes for me to answer questions before we start our GIMP kit. All open.
How do you, the border radius isn't working for me?
Border radius. So, let me see here. Give me your Replit username so I can search it up.
I am Weather K.
I am like capital A.
Wait, no. Wait, I'll type it in the chat.
All right. All right. So weather K. What kind of username is that?
No,
L.
it's something that my friends came up with.
Okay. So here, let's do it in all about me repo. Open this one. All about me repo.
Can you see what I'm typing in?
I will see it. Oh, I forked it. You kidding me? All right, go back. So I can't touch your REPL. So I'll just go through it. Okay, so let's see here. Border radius, you have to do 150 px. That's the unit. You're getting your unit. And what's the high? Oh,
Tanisha, time is 3.
Time is 3 o'clock. 30 more minutes. 15.
Wait,
We'll do 15.
Quick question. When does the class end?
3:30.
Tomorrow.
Wait,
Tomorrow.
class. No, first class ends 3:30 today.
Okay.
When would it normally end?
It normally ends at 3:30.
This class have to end.
What?
This class have to end.
Hey, Krisha, you've been here literally since 8:45 a.m.
I don't care if I like this coding camp.
I'll take it. All right. So, did your border radius work?
Yep. Except I can't change it to a rectangle with borders.
Rectangles have a 0 border radius if you think about it.
No, I want a rectangle with like curved. Okay, it's working
Like
now.
a
Thank you
slightly
very
curved one. Just make the border radius a little bit smaller.
much. I know.
Wonderful.
Hey, now I gave you my username. You can do whatever you can see all my products if you want.
It's not like your username, your Replit username has much important stuff, Krisha. It's only 3 Repls. My Replit, I have I'd say about 300 Repls in my account.
Wait,
My account's pretty good. I have the hacker plan. So some of my good ones are private.
Do you could you show us your good ones? Like with your screen shared?
I could go through them.
Later. Like
Later?
instead of doing that boring Gimkit.
What See, that's the thing. The Gimkit will take a vote when it comes to 315. There'll be three options. Want to see my repls? Want to play Gimkit? Or want to continue working on your projects?
Continue working on your projects.
All right, 315 minutes. Let's go, Krisha. Let me make sure I have all the Gimkit links and stuff like that, and all the questions are all good and stuff.
Ooh, this is nice.
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 Nah ha 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 hi. Nah hi. Nice. Nah hi. Nice.
Stop singing.
I'm such a good singer. What are you talking about? What?
You're a bad singer. Let's just say you were a reasonably good / bad singer.
I know I suck at singing. I don't like it either. I'm not a big fan of singing, to be honest.
This is my website so far. It's in the chat.
Let's see.
I want to look at your website. So
Oops. I want to see.
Let's check it out. Oh, it's pretty good. You get a nice GIF. Is that you right there?
No,
Oh, that was a pretty sick way to end the game. Nice.
I mean, I got a 17 kill game once.
17? Damn. The most I've gotten is like 6. Like I'm garbage. I just like sit in the bushes and stuff like that. I camouflage. I don't do much of the go outside and get aggressive. I just throw the
Another
grenade.
place of it.
Snipe.
Hey, Tanish.
What?
What is Tanish? How many wins do you have?
Like 6?
In what?
I suck in
I've
Survivor.
got like 60.
I haven't played in like 3 months. Okay.
Okay,
Played
I'm
1 year, okay?
I played for 1 year. Okay,
I
sounds
got
good.
like 60
Yeah,
wins last
you know
year,
what, you
like 80 years.
Nice.
But you wanna know something else?
What?
We're gonna do other games.
Other games. Okay.
Like this launcher is giving away free games, giving away games like GTA, like $40 version. or
why are we
whatever.
talking about video
Stay
games?
PS4,
I don't know.
guys.
Garrick really loves video games. He probably has his whole gaming setup with his. I see the big chair. He's probably got the monitor, the headphones, the mouse. Probably got the whole thing. You got the whole package, Garrick?
Yeah. Hey, Tanish.
What, Garrick?
Yeah. I might have done something wrong and I have to shut Chrome and reopen it.
Okay, that's fine. Your repos automatically save, so don't worry about it.
Okay, good grief.
You're sure about that?
I'm telling you, they automatically save.
That's
CodePen didn't save because CodePen wasn't advanced. When REPL automatically saves, which means they have their servers all hosted in the cloud. So which is way better than CodePen, where they have their local servers where you have to save for that occur, which sucks.
So wait, you're so modern that you need to save.
The savings, saving if you're online, you should automatically save. Like it's just so much more convenient. But if
Yeah,
you're working,
Google Sites doesn't automatically save. It's annoying.
no, it does. It does. You just have to.
Yes, you know, I actually do have a gaming setup, and I will show it to you.
I don't want to see it, Garrick. I don't want to see it. I know you probably got the fancy Marvin and all the
This
specs.
is my RGB desk, so if it's a bit messy.
Oh,
That's my gaming desktop. Those were my gaming headphones, but they broke after like 2 years of use. And here soon. This is my cooling pad, and I'm talking to you on my $1,000 laptop.
Nice, Garrick. My
Okay,
entire
this is
computer
fine.
stuff
Hashtag flex.
my entire computer stuff costs like $300.
I have
300?
Yeah,
What are you?
I have a
$200?
$200. Oh, actually, you know what? $500. $500.
Oh god, turns out like a Ryzen 3 at best.
Dude, I'm not, Garrick, let me tell you right now, you don't need a big fancy computer, big fancy chair to play video games well and to do good computer programming. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
It
but it does
used to have-
come in helpful when it starts lagging out, dude. I started off on a crappy computer.
You start off on a crappy computer.
Yeah, my
I can
dad
hear-
gave me his old
Can we
X.
please talk about something?
Yes, but he had like the super old model.
Garrick,
So
Garrick,
it was
we
pretty
understand.
bad.
We all understand your struggles, and we're happy that you got a nice setup now. Okay, Krisha, you want to talk about something else?
Okay.
Like coding, possibly. I don't know.
Coding. Yeah. That's what
Like
we're here
ending
for.
the class right now.
We're not ending the class right now, Garrick.
Worth a try.
Why do you not like class?
I'm just joking.
yeah,
Remember
It was
Teeny John's
totally
summer camp last year?
I remember
I
that.
went to his
Garrick.
real summer camp last year.
So, nice, Garrick. You're a OG. Thank you for flexing. Proud to have you on board.
One more flex. Yeah, proper.
Oh my God, Garrick, go home.
I am at home.
Go to your car or something, bro. I
I don't have a car.
Oh my God. Go to your parents' car. Okay, I'm joking. All right, 7 more minutes. Let's see here.
Only 7. Could I code while we do that boring game kit?
We're taking a vote. We might not do the GIMP kit.
Okay. Then it's still gonna be a boring game kit even if we don't do it.
Whatever you say, Krisha. Whatever you say.
Instead of playing game kick, can we have a game? Can we play
What?
like a game or something?
You know what? I'll lay out. We'll have 4 options. We have video games for the last 15 minutes. We have GIMP kit. We have look at my crappy repos, and we have what's the last one? Continue working on your projects. We only have like
Fun.
I'm telling you, we have
I have 500 wins.
Video games.
we have 500 wins in Surviv.
Yeah, I played it. I'm like an OG.
Can you
I
go to
played,
CSS, please?
I played
Crack.
since like
Hey guys, I picked first
2017.
option. Option
Actual
number 1,
crack
video
out here.
games.
Can you
I
mute
play
yourself?
South-
All right. Here's the thing.
Can I play Fortnite?
3:15. We'll talk about any video games, anything to do for the last 15 minutes. Last 6 minutes, I better see everybody grinding on their websites. Okay, Garrett, let's go. You have your big expensive setup. You better be grinding
Could
the
you
most.
go to
Okay.
CSS?
What?
Could you go to your CSS?
CSS for the divs right here.
Yeah. Just want to figure out how to place it somewhere.
So here you can see a position absolute left.
Left up.
The distance right here is 100 px. Here is 250 px. Okay. Amog, Isha, Sanjana, your websites all going good?
Yep.
All right. Wonderful.
I'm almost done both.
Poggers.
You're weird, Tish.
How? What? How? I'm
Someone
not-
tell him he's weird.
Nobody's gonna tell that.
yeah,
gotta-
nobody's weird.
Good fan base. Let's go.
Nobody's
Oh.
that rude.
Got ganged up there, right, Krisha? You got ganged up on? You good, Krisha?
What?
You good?
Yeah, I'm finishing the eyes.
Wonderful.
I'm pretty sure this is not going to look like me, but that's good. So no one knows what it is.
We all see your camera. We all know what you look like.
No,
Yeah.
like people who just look at random repos online. Or
Weather K is such an odd name. Nobody's gonna Google. Oh, what REPL username should I stock today? Weather K, 100%. I'm doing Weather K.
I don't even know what Weather K is.
That's exactly my point. You proved it right there.
Means the weather is okay.
That's possible.
Exactly.
Only Krisha knows.
I'm a meteorologist.
Oh, nice.
That's not a very good job, though.
hmm
How wide is our screen and all?
It depends on how big your screen is. Like I have a mic. I'm using a monitor, so mine's probably like mine's 1440 pixels wide. But your screen size, you're probably using a laptop, right, Krisha?
Chromebook.
Chromebook. Okay, so yours would probably be, I'd say yours probably like 600, 700. Probably half of my, I'd say probably 720 to 900.
I'm just gonna have to do a poor little mouth. That's gonna be like a line.
Yeah.
Position absolute.
Wait, never mind. Turns out I have 2 accounts. I have 700 wins.
Oh my God! Thank you, Arjun, for the flex. Wonderful.
So I
Wonderful.
use my home account and then my Discord account.
Oh, well, absolutely genius.
I don't think he likes the fact that you're better than him at whatever the name is.
Dude, I suck at video games. I'm garbage. Like, everybody's better than me at every single video game possible.
We can
Someone
go
actually
on some
better.
duos during the 15 minutes.
I would get carried so hard it wouldn't be funny. It wouldn't even be funny. I would literally be that
It
guy.
would be so
You
funny.
would go in, or you would go in first. I would just stay in the bush. You tell me it's all good, I would walk in.
Okay.
That's how it worked, bro. I'm actually so bad, and I get like spooked so tired. Like I'm hiding in a bush, somebody comes in, I'm like, oh! I start jumping up and down. My fingers completely leave the keyboard. I get killed immediately.
Oh,
In 1 minute, I can probably die like 5 times in Survivio, like actually playing legit. That's how bad I am.
Yeah, that's how bad you are.
Thank you.
Aren't you going to take offense to that?
I take offense to like 3% of what other people say. That didn't fall into 3%. Oh, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah, I have a screenshot of my highest kill game.
Oh, you always gotta have the screenshot. You gotta cap it off.
Wait, where's
Yeah.
the screenshot?
I'll share it to you. Give me a second. I just get the name. Let me just put in the files. How do you upload?
It looks like I have a unibrow. I put the mouse at the top instead of the bottom.
I mean, I could post it on Reddit and then. Nah, I'll just see if I can do
Yeah, I don't know if you can upload images into chat.
it. No, you know, you can, but like, I don't know what's wrong with this chat.
Yeah. If we had like a Discord, we could do a Discord for our class.
Okay.
It'll be like one person. This is like, see, there's 7. How many kids are there?
Well, let's see if this.
There's
See if this works. Never mind, that does not work.
Just give your file system.
Yeah. I mean, if we create a Discord for this, I think we
I
could.
think this is the longest I've ever been on a computer. I haven't been off it since 8:44.
That's the longest. I've been on a computer
Oh.
for like 20 hours probably. During a
Oh,
hackathon, easily
You don't
20
know
hours.
how long I have.
That's because you're probably game all the time.
No,
Yeah,
'cause, I was in 4th grade. I was on break,
Uh,
so I went on my computer at 9, and I'm not proud to say, but I stopped at 6 a.m.
21 hours.
How's that 21 hours?
Oh, it's 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.? I thought it was 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. the next
Wait,
day.
you were on the computer in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Why?
When you grow up, when you get a little older, you just start staying up. Like, you get more resilience.
Okay. I want to stay up, but my mom won't let me.
It gets hard. You're basically running on pure adrenaline unless you drink coffee. But I do not recommend drinking coffee anywhere near your ages. Don't
How do you
drink
know how
coffee.
old I am?
If
You're
you
going
signed,
into 5th grade.
How do you know?
he's going
Because
to.
you signed up. You
How do you
signed
know?
up. I have a list of all the kiddies.
How do you know I wasn't held back a dozen grades?
'Cause first of all, you're like
That's
4'7". So I'm assuming your face makes it look like exactly you're going into 5th grade.
What do you
Oh, it's 3:16. Okay. Well, everybody type your answers into chat to our question. Okay? What no, you want to first to type you want to play a Gimkit? You can type if you want to play Gimkits for the last 15 minutes, type Gimkit. If you want to play video games, you could do like Shell Shockio, Survivio, any online game, type video game. If you want to do to look at my Replit profile, you you could type Replit. Or if you want to continue working on your projects, you do projects. Or you just type in projects. So Krishna's projects, Arjun's video game. All right, come on. If it's split, well, we can all split up and do our own thing. But let's see here. So we only got 2 people. We need more opinions. Let's go. Garrick, type him out. Amog, type him out. Isha, Sanjana. Arjun's video game. All right, Garrick. What do you want to do for the last 50? Garrick wants to do his projects. Okay.
No, I don't want to do video games. I want to do video games.
You want to do video games, Garrick?
Huh?
All right. So Garrick is video games. 2-1 for video games.
Please pick video games. I know some good games that are on the web to try to download or anything, and it's not to beef. I've got a whole list of them, trust me.
A whole list. Okay. Amog is
Do not
projects.
say 1v1 that lol because I lost my keybinds and I don't feel like resetting them.
All right. So
Hey,
it's pretty.
dude.
Amog is projects.
Bruh,
So
I
here-
know a game that doesn't involve keybind that is so much more fun.
So neutral.
What's it
Here's
called?
Well, I know 2. There's Shellshock.io and Crunker.io.
Crunker
I know
is really
both of
good.
them. I
Crunker's
don't like
good.
Crunker.
What?
Shellshock's okay.
Crunker's goated, bro. Crunker's so good.
I love
No,
Crunker.
I used to play it, then I got so bored of it because then like it just.
Yeah, like
Alright,
I don't play
here's
that
what-
much anymore. Now
here's what
you
we're gonna
just
do.
play stuff like The Escapist, GTA, Fortnite, you know.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. It's pretty. I'd say split. So whoever wants to play video games can play video games. Whoever wants to do projects can do projects.
I
Nobody
definitely
wants to do
support it
anything.
now.
Nobody wants to play